Oh, hey, Kels.
Hey.
You know, I'm glad we didn't tape today's show until after the Super Bowl. That way we know the
Green Bay Packers
won.
Yeah, I was really impressed with
the Packers
and how they played defense.
And you know the
Pittsburgh Steelers
really handled losing well.
Yeah, it really showed good sportsmanship by
the Steelers.
So, I mean, congratulations to the
Green Bay Packers.
Now let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from deep within the planet Earth, it's Jason and Friends. Join Jason as he welcomes his good friend,
Phil Mumaw Jr.
And now with his faithful compadre, Kelsey, here he is, Jason Eric Mumaw!
Hey everybody, welcome to Jason and Friends. So glad you're with us, and we want to thank everybody that has joined us online and have tuned in. We really appreciate it. And now you can go to jasonandfriends.com. You can see pictures, you can see the latest shows, you can go back and see past shows. So definitely check it out, jasonandfriends.com. And again, I'm here with Kelsey Zummer. Kelsey, how you doing this week?
Great, having a good week. How about you?
Doing great. I know we just had the Super Bowl, and I have to tell you right off the bat here, why don't they have that game on Saturday?
No kidding, right? You know, it should be a holiday. I've heard lots of people say it, Saturday, so that, you know, I'd love my kids to be able to stay up and watch the whole thing. Now it's like, hey, it's third quarter, get to bed.
Yeah, no, I think that would be wise for them to do it because they said there's about a 6%, I guess, so I pulled some Super Bowl facts for this week, and it says about 6% of people call in sick on Monday after the game, and I know that's going to be a problem, so what's the big deal? The college season is over, right?
Yep.
Is there anything else conflicting with them actually doing that? Why would there be anything that would be?
That's a good question, and I think, what, 12% of the people return their televisions on Monday?
Oh, yeah, they go out and buy them for the big game. Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, right?
But some of the other interesting Super Bowl facts here. Did you know that's the second largest U.S. food consumption day following Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
that
people
makes sense.
A lot of people getting fat that day. People like to eat here's some of the what we eat. What do you normally eat during the Super Bowl?
Oh, there a lot of stuff in crock pots.
Oh yeah, like the cheese dips.
The cheese
and
dips, the meatballs, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's number one of the food that we eat during the game. 30% dips and spreads.
Yep.
That sounds a little weird. We won't go there this week. 22% chicken wings, always tasty.
Yep.
17% pizza. You ever tried to order a pizza on Super Bowl Sunday?
No.
Forget about it. Just forget about it. You can't even do it.
Get it in early.
Of course, chips and salty snacks and burgers and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah. So the Super Bowl, the commercials, they're always something different. I don't think they're as creative as they used to be.
They're overrated. I think, you know, we started having everybody watch all these commercials. It became an event. Everybody tunes into the Super Bowl, whether you like football or not, to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
Well, now the ad companies don't spend as much time making the commercials as it is, let's get our product in front of millions and millions of eyeballs. And so it's less about the creativity as it is about product now.
And you're very mad about it, aren't you?
I am terribly upset.
Yes. So, you know, we need some more creativity in the Super Bowl commercials.
Right.
Look at this. You know how much a commercial cost for the very first Super Bowl back in well, I don't know if this was the first one, 1967. I don't think that was the first Super Bowl. But the ad, 30-second ad, cost $42,000. That still seems like quite a bit for, but this year, how much, do you know how much it was for a Super Bowl ad for 30 seconds?
I don't, but my guess is it's closer to like $5 million or something like that.
It's $3 million, which is just crazy, but yeah.
I've heard that the first Super Bowl commercial break pays for the production of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gravy after that.
Well, let us know if you think the Super Bowl should be moved to Saturday, because I think we can do something about it.
Yeah, and why? We'll get a petition started, so email us.
Yeah, exactly. And we do want to thank Gordy Young this week. He critiqued and reviewed our show from last week, and I listen to his podcast almost weekly, and you can go to GordyYoung.com and you can listen to what he's doing since he's recently has stepped down from WNDU, the morning weather guy. People are still wondering where he's at and what he's up to. Well, GordyYoung.com, you can listen to him every day. It's a pretty interesting show. Yeah, a lot of fun there, and I think I might be doing that show because Gordy is going to be with us next week if all goes well.
That's pretty cool.
So we do want to look forward to that. Now, Kelsey, I came across this guy this week. You ever heard of Liu Bolin?
Can't say that I have.
Yeah, this is
Lou
guy.
Holtz, maybe. But.
Yeah. I don't think Lou Holtz would be doing this, but he's this Chinese artist, and he paints himself, and he camouflages himself within just natural environments.
Oh, okay.
And we do have some of these that we can take a look at here. Yep. And as you can see, he, he just...
Huh. Where's he at?
You can barely even see him
see his
in
shoes.
There. Yeah, well, let me read you a little bit about him. The Chinese artist does more than just wear camouflage pants and stand next to a bush. With the help of some assistants, Bolin paints himself head to toe and unassumingly just stands there in grocery stores next to piles of coal, on staircases, you name it, and unless you look really close, you'll miss him entirely, which is pretty much the point.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It turns out that the process of making oneself truly invisible is quite painstaking. According to a report in the UK's Daily Mail, Bolin spends hours perfecting his poses to ensure that he'll mesh with the background. Bolin then stands in front of backdrops with a team of 2 assistants to paint the camouflage on his clothes. The camouflage can be anything, so long as Bolin segues seamlessly into the backdrop. Now, apparently, there's a deeper meaning to this, as always, and apparently, it's designed to show how we all can just disappear in today's mass production world. But those are very cool. As you
they
can
are very
see
neat.
There. Yeah.
What's interesting is I'd have to say all the props go to the 2 guys painting him, huh?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's standing there, but wow, can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, I was inspired by it.
Yeah.
And I took a shot of me. We did as much as we could to camouflage me into the set, and I think we have the shot here. Well,
yeah.
I got some more work to do on there.
It kind of reminds me of those chalk artists too.
Yeah.
It's all in how you look at it, because if you looked at him from a different angle, that paint scheme wouldn't look right.
Right. Yeah.
But that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So just look up a Liu Bolin online. You're gonna see a lot more of his pictures on there. But very cool. But we do want to get to this week's web clip of the week. It's a great one. It's compilation again this week. So here, take a look.
Done recording!
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Jason and Friends, and it's my great honor to bring our first guest out here today. I've probably known him longer than anybody else I've ever known. He was the best man at my wedding, and more importantly, he's my brother. Please welcome Phil Mumaw, better known to me as PJ Mumaw. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. You're looking sharp.
Thanks.
And you got the tie on, and you just look like you're ready to go.
I am. I'm missing the jacket. I noticed you and Kelsey got the coats on, and
Hey.
watched last week, and thought about wearing a suit.
Oh, I know. We got to, each week we're like trying to step it up. We're going to have to rent some tuxedos before too long.
That'd be great.
But, you know, maybe we just stop that and just go to like T-shirts and shorts and everything, maybe during the summer.
Well, yeah, we were talking earlier. We'd go to the T-shirt with the tux.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
on
perfect.
it.
That's what we need. Well, the Super Bowl was this past weekend, and me and Kelsey were talking a little bit about it, about moving the Super Bowl to Saturday. What do you think about that? Good idea?
I'm all for it. Perfect. You know, people have a few too many to drink on Sunday night. You know, that 6% you were talking about.
Right.
You have people, you know, hungover.
Yeah.
And if you go to Saturday, partake in whatever your favorite beverage is, and kids can stay up, watch it, recover Sunday, and go to work and school on Monday.
Well, it just makes sense. It's turning into almost a holiday to where you don't want to have to worry about what's coming up the next day. So I don't know if it started back in the day when, like the pros were playing on Sunday. I don't know if college was still close and there were still some college games going on. But now it just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it's so far away from the season, from anything else, and there it is. Just move it to Saturday.
I agree, 100%. And the same thing with the college game right now. Look at the BCS. They had the BCS championship on a Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't...
Why not Saturday? There's no other games other than the pro games.
Right.
Shove it in on a Saturday evening.
Right. Well, speaking of that, talking about the college championship series, a lot of people are saying that should go away and that they're like a playoff system. What do you think could be done to fix that? Do you think the way it is now is working fine, or what can be done?
The BCS, I like it to a point. The playoff is obviously the ideal solution. You're going to find a true champion, just like the NCAA tournament, March Madness.
Right.
But there's so much money to be made. All these people are out here selling the bowls. Obviously, I think there's 37 bowl games or something like that now. But I would be willing to have a +1.
Okay, now what's that? I hadn't heard about that, or explain what that is.
Well, you have your bowl games and you have the BCS, and I believe it's 5 games. You got the Orange, the Rose, the Fiesta, and the Sugar Bowl, and then you have the championship game, and it's picked at one site every year.
Right.
I would say, for example, this year you had 3 undefeated teams. Well, you can't play 3 teams in one game.
Right.
I think that TCU, after winning the Rose Bowl over Wisconsin, should have had a chance to play Auburn.
Right.
That would have settled it. There would have been we're better, we're #1, or this. So I'm all for the +1 game.
So what happened this year, as an example, 2 teams won their bowl game, but they were still undefeated.
Correct.
And so
who's #1?
Right. So have them play, have it be settled.
Correct. I'm all for that, just to determine a true national champion.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good idea, but I think what we have now is just, it doesn't make sense.
Correct.
So move the Super Bowl to Saturday, and let's get rid of the Bowl Championship Series.
Not get rid of it, just do a +1.
Modify it. Okay.
Right, just +1.
Tell us what you think. I think that's a great idea. And a little bit about me and my brother here. We're avid Notre Dame fans, and so we do want to talk a little bit about Notre Dame football. This is our sports show, apparently, this week.
Yes, that's fine with me.
Which is great. This show can be anything you want. Tell us about Notre Dame. What do you think after this year, Brian Kelly's first season, and where we're going? Are we going in the right direction, or are we going back down another wrong road?
I think that if you look at what Brian Kelly did this year and the team, how they responded to him, was very much like a Lou Holtz.
Oh, really?
If you look back to, I think Lou Holtz's first season was 85 or 86, and he had a losing record.
Right.
And the last game of the season, of course, now Miami wasn't ranked top 10, but USC was when Lou Holtz came in. And he finished that season strong.
Right.
And look what happened after that. He was 6-5 that first year, 7-4, 8-3, and then the national championship.
Right.
So I think Brian Kelly is a great fit for Notre Dame.
Yeah, no, I think he is too, and it's almost a positive thing that they didn't have such a great season to where with
correct, like a Charlie Weiss 11-2 season the first year.
That and Tyrone Willingham, the return to glory. If I hear return to glory one more time, and the green jerseys, but.
Yeah. But yeah, they can just put the green jerseys, give them all back to Dan Devine.
Right. Yeah. No, they don't need to do that anymore. So you think it's looking up for Notre Dame? You think 2011 will be a better year?
I do. I think that these students need to stick to their commitments. Example: Kyle Rudolph taking off. I'm proud of Michael Floyd for staying.
Right.
Clausen, Jimmy Clausen left last year, and Golden Tate stay.
Yeah.
Get that degree. That's what you're there for. Yes, football's there. But football's a 10-year span.
Right.
What are you going to do when you live, for a living afterward?
Right. You think their recruiting season this year was good?
Yes.
So we're in good shape going into 2011.
I think so. I'm kind of concerned. They make these commitments. They had a couple. I think Lynch was a player that was coming in. Was here, and then he went to there, and then he came back, and then went there and came back. And give credit to Coach Kelly. He went after him.
Right.
But what's going to happen? Oh, I missed my girlfriend, and I got to go home in a year. So are they really here?
Right.
Let's see them. Let's get them in. Let's get them.
Exactly.
Stay here with us, please.
Well,
we need some ends.
Definitely something to think about, and we do want to hear from you. If there's anything that you heard us talk about and you want to, add to it, just send us an email. It's jasonsfriends@yahoo.com. And thank you very much, PJ, for being here and being on the show. And before we go here, we showed her last week, and we showed her a little bit, but you weren't down in the studio of our sister. She contacted me, but here, take a look at her. There's Uma.
Oh, she's beautiful. She looks like you.
No, I think she resembles more of you. But anyway, that's our sister. That's all the time we have. Thank you for being here.
Jason.
And I just want to remind you one thing. Before you go to sleep tonight, make sure you get plenty of rest. We'll see you next week.